What if aging as you fear it is nothing more than a story you've been told? A story you've tragically agreed to live by? What if the slow decline, the loss of vitality, the settling for a dimmer version of yourself is not a biological mandate, but a failure of discipline? There is a man who is not just defying this story. He is shredding the script and rewriting it with every move he makes. A man who, deep into his 40s, possesses a physique, an energy, and a radiant vibrancy that would make a 25-year-old athlete question their life choices. His name is Usher Raymond IV, and his secret isn't bottled, injected, or surgically implanted. It is etched into the very fabric of his daily existence. A ruthless, beautiful, and uncompromising code of living that has transformed his body into a temple so pristine, so powerful, that time itself seems to hesitate at its door. This isn't about good genetics. This is about flawless execution. The world sees the polished product. The 8-pack abs glistening under the blinding Super Bowl lights. The hips that move with a liquid, impossible precision. The voice that has not lost a single step in 3 decades. They see the grand performance. They do not see the brutal, solitary rehearsal that never ends. They do not hear the 4:30 a.m. alarm that shatters the perfect silence of a sleeping city. They cannot feel the searing electric shock of the ice bath that is his daily baptism. A voluntary plunge into controlled agony that jolts his system awake, screaming to every cell, "You are alive, and this day must be earned." This is where the legend of Usher is forged, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows of sacrifice. It begins not with a warm cup of coffee and a gentle stretch, but with a declaration of war on comfort. The cold is his co-conspirator. It sets the tone for the entire symphony of his day. A composition conducted not in the key of ease, but in the powerful, demanding chord of conquest. His body is his Stradivarius, and he is its relentless, devoted master. Every single dawn initiates a silent, intimate dialogue with his physical self. This is a conversation of muscle and tendon, of breath and flexibility. He engages in a ritual of stretching and mobility work so profound, so comprehensive, it would constitute a full workout for most. He doesn't merely fend off stiffness, he evicts it with prejudice. He coaxes his joints through their full, sacred range of motion, ensuring that the legendary Usher swivel is not a fading memory of youth, but a living, breathing, ready-to-deploy weapon of artistic expression. This is the non-negotiable foundation, because raw strength without the poetry of mobility is just bulk. And for Usher, grace is the ultimate currency. Then comes the fire. His workouts are a symphony of disciplined chaos, a beautiful contradiction of brute force and balletic finesse. He is a lifelong disciple of functional movement, long before it became a glossy magazine headline. He understands at his core that his body must perform, not merely appear. His training is a masterful blend of primal power and intricate control. He builds his foundation with the raw, gritty truth of heavy compound lifts, deadlifts that root him to the earth, squats that build a fortress in his legs, pull-ups that define the architecture of his back. But this powerful baseline is then layered seamlessly with the demanding, soulful discipline of dance. A typical session might see him transitioning, without a breath of hesitation, from a grueling set of kettlebell swings that leave his heart hammering against his ribs, directly into a complex, exhausting 8-count dance sequence. His heart rate soars. His muscles scream in a chorus of burn. His mind a laser-focused maestro orchestrating the perfect marriage of brute force and artistic expression. This is the true hidden engine of his ageless physique. It is not just built, it is sculpted with intention. It is functional art. Every muscle group is developed with a purpose that transcends the mirror. His carved core is not for vanity. It is the bedrock of stability that allows him to command a stage for 2 hours without a flicker of fatigue. His powerful legs are not for size. They are the pistons that fuel his explosive leaps and boundless stamina. His sculpted shoulders are not for shape. They are the endurance engines that allow him to hold a microphone high, night after night for 30 years. This is the body of a master craftsman, not a passive cover model. His nutrition is not a diet. It is a sacred strategic fuel map. He eats with the precision of a NASA engineer calculating a moon launch. Every meal is timed, measured, and intentional. He has embraced a predominantly plant-based lifestyle, understanding on a cellular level that inflammation is the silent arsonist of youth. He floods his system with alkaline foods, deep green leafy vegetables, vibrantly colored plants, clean, lean proteins, creating an internal environment where disease and decay simply cannot thrive. Sugar in his world is not a treat. It is a toxic invader. Processed food is not a convenience. It is a declaration of war against his own biology. His unwavering discipline at the dinner table is, in many ways, more impressive than his discipline in the gym. Because the gym is a contained battle of a few hours, but temptation is a constant, lingering siege. He does not view this culinary precision as deprivation. He sees it as the ultimate liberation, freeing his body from the exhausting, inflammatory burden of processing garbage, so it can redirect every ounce of its energy toward repair, renewal, and the constant generation of radiant magnetic energy. But the physical regimen, as grueling and precise as it is, constitutes only half the battle. The true, unparalleled secret, the one they never print on the posters, is the fortress of his mind. Usher's agelessness is powered by a formidable mental and spiritual architecture. He practices meditation and mindfulness with the same devout dedication he applies to learning a new dance routine. He understands, with chilling clarity, that stress ages you faster than any birthday ever could. The cortisol, the systemic inflammation, the mental fatigue, they are etchers carving lines of worry onto your face and weariness into your cells. So, he guards his inner peace with the ferocity of a dragon guarding its treasure. He is meticulously, almost surgically selective about his energy, his creative projects, and the people he allows into his sacred sphere. The drama, the noise, the petty distractions that drain the life force of most, he has systematically excised them from his existence. His mind is a clean, well-lit, and impeccably organized sanctuary, and this profound internal clarity radiates outward as a palpable, almost tangible, youthful energy. He is not chasing the next external high. He is cultivating a deep, self-sustaining, inner ocean of peace. This is the true bedrock of his otherworldly glow. And finally, underpinning it all is a sense of purpose so potent it functions as rocket fuel. Usher is not maintaining this Herculean effort for the sake of vanity or external validation. He is a man on a mission, a father, a philanthropist, a visionary entertainer who genuinely believes he has more to say, more to give, more art to create. This profound sense of purpose is the invisible engine that makes the 4:30 a.m. alarm not a punishment, but a privilege. The impeccably clean meal is not a sacrifice, but strategic fuel for the mission ahead. His agelessness is a mere byproduct, a happy side effect of his relentless, purposeful forward motion. He is simply too busy building, creating, inspiring, and evolving to even consider slowing down. The body, in the end, always follows where the mind leads, and his mind is leading him boldly into a future he is genuinely excited to meet, stronger and more capable with each passing year. So the next time you see him, whether he's commanding the world's biggest stage with the presence of a king, or simply stepping out of a car, looking like he just emerged from a time machine, understand what you are truly witnessing. You are not looking at a man who is desperately avoiding age. You are looking at a man who has completely redefined what it means to be in your prime. You are looking at the raw, undeniable power of a life lived with ferocious intention. A body treated as a temple, a mind honed to a razor's edge, and a spirit that categorically refuses to be dimmed by a number on a calendar. Usher's secret, in the end, isn't a secret at all. It is a choice. A daily, hourly, minute-by-minute choice to embrace the searing burn, to welcome the shocking cold, to choose the clean fuel, to protect the sacred peace, and to move through the world with a purpose so potent it makes time utterly irrelevant. Age was never the enemy. Apathy was. And Usher has none.